outside, you ain't even know.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. The view of downtown Detroit is seen from the riverfront on a beautiful day here in the Motor City. Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of the NBA here on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at Detroit. They're still struggling, trying to string something together, getting a lot of wins. The competition, though, so tough.
And right now for the Pistons, they've staggered along here early in the season. They're going to be in for a long year if they don't make some real quick progress.
Unfortunately, I don't see them as being a team that's going to turn any big corners anytime soon. I think what we've seen from them in the early part of the season is what we're going to keep seeing.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, DeMar DeRozan is a prolific scorer, but he's also a dangerous drive and kick weapon. He said, "I never pay attention to the defender guarding me. I look at the four guys behind him and how they react. A lot of times I don't even look to score. I draw 3 or 4 guys and get my teammates open shots." Kevin?
Great vision, David. Thank you. Hey, Smitty, as a player when it comes to preparing for a long season, talk about the advantages of the new strength and conditioning programs we read so much about.
You know, for me, Kevin, when I first started out, it was all about just getting stronger, lifting weights. I think right now for these guys, they're doing a great job of adding that and also recovery. What do you do for recovery, being able to play the next game? I would love to see the technology that they have. Wish I could use it, Kevin, because all I did was run and get me a fish fillet, and I was ready to go.
And the starting group for the Spurs. You've got Jakob Poeltl. Murray out there with Derek White. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Pistons, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Kennard is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Wood in at the 5, roaming the paint.
The defensive impact of Jakob Poeltl giving the Spurs a boost. Great timing and instincts as a shot blocker.
And coming to San Antonio in the Kawhi Leonard trade, the Spurs hoping Poeltl can be a difference maker.
You know what, Kevin? Already their best road threat offensively. He rarely misses with his right hand in close.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
Well, the brand new Little Caesars Arena here in Detroit. How are you feeling it, Smitty?
GA, it's a great state-of-the-art facility. Glad the new location is in downtown Detroit. Hopefully, an iconic venue for an iconic team.
And he sinks the second.
The Spurs with the league's longest active playoff streak, 22 years and running, not to mention 5 titles in that span. No wonder the Spurs are viewed as the league's model franchise.
Rose can't hit. Here's San Antonio now. Here's DeRozan, and the dunk by DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan, so athletic, rising up to slam it home. Great finish.
Well, Steve, the Spurs are so well run. If they played in a top 5 market, they might be the most popular team in the NBA by now.
You know what, Kevin? They probably would, but this is the way this organization likes it. They like to be quiet and under the radar. They like to sustain success, and they like to build a great culture. At the same time, the small market is really a part of their culture.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Griffin against DeRozan. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on DeRozan.
When you put a smaller player on Blake, he has the ability to drive it, draw contact, and get to the free throw line.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game.
And typically, a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
People wondered how happy Blake Griffin would be after being traded from L.A. to Detroit a few years back. He has completely embraced the city, and Motown loves him back as well, quickly becoming a fan favorite.
No good on the second free throw. And with Griffin, he's also embraced Detroit's situation, trying to build a contender.
Griffin said he feels like he's a part of building something special here in Detroit. You have to admire how quickly Blake has gone all in for the Pistons franchise.
Bounce pass from Rose. Wood passes to Rose. 6 to shoot. Here's Kennard. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And Walker kicks to Murray. Outside DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. DeRozan's got his second bucket tonight.
You see the game plan is working already. 4 straight makes to start this one.
The Pistons working the ball around now. Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. Now the pass to Kennard. No good from outside.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
DeRozan, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, the first 9 seasons of DeMar DeRozan's career in Toronto, it had become home for him. Last season, the adversity of a trade that sent him to San Antonio.
Shooting 2.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. And, Smitty, a real adjustment for DeRozan, leaving behind the only NBA team he had ever known after so long.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in taking the Raptors franchise to new heights. A lot of emotions. I think he understands he's going to grow from that experience.
Doomboy is checked in for Blake Griffin. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Well, we were just talking about this, Steve, as the game of basketball always evolves. You look at the WNBA now, the quality of play there is terrific.
The talent level in the WNBA is at an all-time high. I love watching and gaining some tricks on how they play the game. And also, Kevin, athletically, there's a lot of young ladies being able to dunk the basketball now.
Absolutely amazing. You're right, Steve. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Clock is at 3. Snell.
And the offense early on limited to just jump shots.
Walker with some nice D. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Keep your head on a swivel with DeRozan on the floor. He'll finish way up top with an alley-oop.
Tipped away. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
All right, a chance to take a look at some stats for Murray. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. He's averaging 11 points a game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
It's not the monster game that we see from him occasionally, but it's still incredibly impressive.
Now here's Murray. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Nice shot by Pirtle.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young, he still has a very bright future.
And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for DeRozan.
And he's gotten very shaky at the foul line in the last 5 games. Compared to his numbers through the rest of the season, I know he's frustrated and he'll be desperate to get it turned around here tonight.
Spurs on defense. They get a hand on it. Outside Rose. And here is Doumbouya. 8 points his last outing. Wood can't hit.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pistons trail by 17. Rose kicks to Doumbouya. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And the jam by Doumbouya.
Skying high, one of his advantages as an undersized 4.
Now here's Murray. Outside, Walker. Pass to Pirtle. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Pirtle's got 5 now.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Wood. Rose in the post. White covering. Clock at 6. Here's Snell. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. Not going to fall. Starting off slow, he misses his first 3 from the floor. And finished off by DeRozan.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
In transition, here come the Spurs. White's running.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
Here's Wood after the basket by San Antonio. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at San Antonio, they're sitting 8th right now in the early going.
And you know, for the Spurs, that big splash they were hoping for to start the season just never evolved. I mean, they're stuck there in the middle of the pack.
It's not how you start, though. It's how you finish, right? So if they still got time to pull this all together and make some noise as the season goes along.
And Murray's got the ball here for San Antonio. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
An interconference matchup. Last season, they went 2-0 against this club.
And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game. Well, lately we have seen star players changing teams more often. Shorter contracts, player options. Smitty, is there any downside to any of that?
You know, I think the downside is from a fan standpoint, you get invested in a player and he's moved in like 2 or 3 years. I think it should be where if a player wants to sign a longer-term contract with the organization, that should be a rule in play. But right now with these shorter contracts and player options, there's going to always be a lot of movement.
Hate on low, but we fly high. You know, talk Network is cheap, free Wi-Fi. Whoa. Heard they tryna steal away. Cut it out. Spicy mommy's on the way.
So Detroit ends up going with the new group. A different look now for San Antonio.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Rudy Gay. 18th in three-point shooting, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And yeah, one of the better three-point shooters in pro basketball. He's killed it from downtown every time we've watched him. Very impressive. And as the Spurs enter a new era, Patty Mills providing that carryover from their championship past.
Yes, he's taken on a big leadership role. The feisty little guard willing to speak up and teach the younger players the Spurs way of doing things.
Shooting two.
The first free throw is good. The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6 foot nothing. And that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And one of the game's best free throw shooters. It's a shame that Patty almost never gets to the line.
Galloway taking his time here. Tries from the block, and he gets it to go. Spurs leading by 19. Picked away. On the wing, Brown. There's the triple. Zeller grabs the board.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
Mills with it. He had 10 points in the win against the Clippers.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Well, the Pistons are starting to embrace the deep ball. First year under Coach Casey, they shot many more threes, went from middle of the pack in 2018 to 6th overall last year.
First one falls for him. And the threes the Pistons put up last year, Steve, a franchise record for them.
Next step is they're going to have to make them. This team is still looking for the right outside threats, but they know they want to stay a team that attacks from outside.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. San Antonio leading by 17. Passes to Gay. Over Henson. Shots good by Gay. And the Spurs lead by 19.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Now here's Henson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Shot clock at 6. Here's Galloway. Detroit, no good that time either. It's stolen by Brown. Now Detroit moving it up. Brown's got the ball. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. Well, there's no lack of range in this group. The leading three-point shooters among the ranks of the NBA's big men the last month. In 4th, Rudy Gay.
And, you know, there was a time in the league when you wouldn't see a group of big guys like this, but the game has evolved. Versatility now is why we see so many bigs that can just flat out shoot it from anywhere.
To have big men like these who can give you points from inside and outside gives teams an added dimension that teams love to have.
So it's San Antonio now. After the basket by Detroit, Zeller finds Bellinelli. 6 on the shot clock. Forbes the pass to Zeller. That's a 2 from Bellinelli. They get it back. And then Gay with the dunk.
Great anticipation by Rudy Gay. That's a veteran move by a guy who knows how to create scoring opportunities.
The pass to Galloway. "13 feet away, and he drops that one in. Galloway has got 6. And it's Mills with the ball for the Spurs. 17-point game. Gay outside. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Henson sends it back. There's Galloway. 6 points for him. Feeds it to Henson. He kicks it to Maker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Got a piece of it. Here's Mills. Makes it off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 19.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Galloway, covered by Mills. 6 to shoot. Here's Galloway. Can't connect from long distance. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for San Antonio. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And, you know, the Spurs have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Pistons trailed by 19, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for San Antonio, they've got Bellinelli, Tyler Zeller out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Mills, and it's Forbes in at the 2 spot. A nice shot by Mikhailuk.
Not only is he a deadly shooter from out there, but he is towering over his defender.
Mills looking it over. And the wide open shot from Bellinelli. Drills it from outside. 3.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
And Griffin slams it in.
Blake took off like a rocket on that alley-oop. Woo!
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Pass to Bellinelli. Beyond the arc. Detroit with the rebound. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You know, sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
Here's Mills, following the bucket by the Pistons. Griffin with the steal. And finished off by Griffin.
Griffin is just fearless. I mean, a guy who is not scared of anything. That was ridiculous.
And Smitty, Blake Griffin stepping up his game in every way since joining the Detroit Pistons.
Kevin, last season was a career year in scoring, and he's doing so much on the floor. Rebounding and passing are a big part of his game now, and he's leading the way for this team in a lot of ways. Some players never recover from a torn Achilles. Rudy Gay has come back and as good as ever. Still one of the most productive small forwards we have in the league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
free throw good from Gay. And Steve, the size and athleticism of Gay has always set him apart at that small forward position.
He's able to make something out of nothing, playing over the top most of the time of his defender. He is dangerous.
And the Spurs making a change here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Zeller. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. White, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills.
A really solid shooter once he gets to the line, and Rudy Gay has gotten to the line a lot in his career.
Now here's Rose. He had 15 points last outing. Pirtle against Griffin. Just 5 on the clock. And Pirtle sends it back.
Gotta love the shot blocking ability of Pirtle. Wonderful timing right there.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. The Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Now here's Murray, following the miss by Griffin. Good work there as it goes. Murray's got 5 points now in the quarter.
There's the floater game. Murray incredibly smooth in everything he does.
Here's Griffin. Back to Rose. Pass to Wood. Can they get it? And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Murray, the pass to Pirtle. White, wide open. He fires. And the 3 off target. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Their next game is in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Now, here's DeRozan. Defense right on him. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Griffin looking around. Passes it to McCray. Shoots over White. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, Steve, it's expected that we'll eventually allow 18-year-olds to enter the NBA draft. You're a proud Michigan State alum. Are you concerned players may miss something by choosing to skip the college experience?
You know, Kevin, in this situation, for sure, there are some players that I would say is going to make some mistakes and maybe come out too early and not be ready. But I think we have to allow them to have these decisions and not have these decisions taken away from them. I love college, but there are some guys that are just ready to go play in the NBA, just like other areas of life. When you're ready, you're ready.
The first one falls.
Last season, it took some time for the Spurs to gel with the early injuries and new faces. They played their best basketball down the stretch, took the second-seeded Nuggets to 7 games.
Detroit making a switch here. Doomboy is checked in. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Walker's checked in for Rudy Gay. Both good from the line that time. In the back half of last season, the Spurs posting a 9-game winning streak. Steve, what changed for them?
You know, Kevin, for me, they toughened up their defense. They moved Jakob Poeltl into the starting lineup at the 5 position. And they found that chemistry and they got going.
It'll be a jump ball. And San Antonio has possession. Now, here's DeRozan. Not a lot of room. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Walker from the arc. But they recover it. Poeltl kicks to Walker. Back to Poeltl. Right side, DeRozan. No good on that one. Now the Pistons take it the other way. And there's the pass to Griffin. The Pistons working the ball around now. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Griffin on the double team. And Pirtle gets it to go on the assist by Murray. And it's 7 points for Jakob Pirtle.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Kennard. He's covered by Murray. Here's Griffin. And that one hits back iron.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Shot's good by Walker.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Now Rose. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. McRae passes to Griffin. Kennard kicks to Rose. From deep three-point range. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Blake Griffin. He's one of the standouts over the last month. He's getting around 20 points per, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists.
Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
It's not the monster game that we see from him occasionally, but it's still incredibly impressive.
Griffin on the double team. Pulls up from the corner, and the Spurs scoring again.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you look at all the under-the-radar prospects that have found success with the Spurs. How do they keep hitting on all these players other teams have missed?
They do a great job with their player development. They also do a great job identifying players with great character. They have guys who work extremely hard. They have great coaching, and they teach. But more importantly, what they do, GA, they give you confidence. And that's where I think the Spurs separate from other organizations.
And the first one drops.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
For the Pistons, Thon Maker's checked in for Griffin. Tony Snell comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Brown in for Rose. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
You're having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
To the right side. White finds Murray. Back to White. Rebounded by Maker.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Now here's Brown. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to McRae. Here's Maker. And again, it's the Pistons missing. On offense, here are the Spurs. They're on a 15-4 run. White dishes to DeRozan. And here is Pirtle. 14 points from him the last game against the Clippers.
He was a shot-blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Doumbouya passes to Snell. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Pirtle with the steal. Now here's DeRozan. A 20-point game for him in the win against the Clippers.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable.
Now here's Walker. Out to DeRozan. Shoots a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Pass to McRae. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
One area that the Pistons were great in last year was perimeter defense.
What they did, GA, they closed out on shooters fantastically. They got hands up and hands up high, allowed the fewest threes against as a team. Their interior defense was just so-so, but on the perimeter, they were tough.
And he knocks down the first one. Henson's checked in for Doumbouya. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Zeller, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Bellinelli comes in for Lonnie Walker. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
Brown, good. Brown's got his first bucket of the night. Here's San Antonio. They're on a 20-7 run. Mills with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Bellinelli. Top of the key jumper, no good.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Here in the second quarter, he's looking much more comfortable with this offense.
San Antonio's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Dishes to DeRozan. And Henson sends it back. The shot and game clock separated by 4. McRae shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Pistons have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
Down on the floor, Jordan McRae.
And he makes the first. Rudy Gay's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And so he makes both from the line. Spurs leading by 22. Here's Bellinelli. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Clippers. To the left wing. With 1 on the clock, and it's good on the layup. Mills has got his second basket of the night.
One of the best standstill shooters in the league. Mills getting better at scoring off the dribble.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Rudy, it looked like you guys found your old identity in the first half tonight.
Yeah, that's the way we played last season. Our defense was our staple, and that's all we have to do. We have to go out here and play defense every night, and this is a good start for us.
Let's see if you can stay true to yourself in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
DeMar DeRozan brought his A game early tonight. He ended up with 17 points and 1 rebound. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they could forget about a comeback.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. John Henson out there with Wood, and it's Rose in at the 1. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Snell, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And Snell is an effective floor spacer, a consistent threat to drop it in from outside.
Murray, the pass to Pirtle. Now DeRozan. Off with the layup. Pistons trailed by 21. Here's Rose. Lays it up off the glass. Rose has got his first basket of the night.
Derek is just exceptional in the paint. A gifted scorer amongst the trees.
Passes it to Murray. DeRozan. Outside, Walker. To the wing on the left. 5 on the clock. Here's Pirtle. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Detroit the other way now. Rose surveying the D. The pass to Wood. Kicks it to Snell. Over DeRozan. That one a little long. Spurs leading by 19 points. Pass to Murray. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Wiry strong. If you're going to get physical with Murray, you better go the rest of the way to prevent the and one.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Detroit. We see a lot of big men creating offense, Smitty. Who's on your list for perhaps the best outlet passer in the game right now?
Let's start off. I would say Kevin Love is one of those guys who still is, I think, the best outlet passer as a big. Jokic, also Blake Griffin, some of those guys can really pass. DeMarcus Cousins, those are some of the bigs that have great outlet passes.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Pass to Snell. 5 to shoot. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And let's quickly take a look at the stats for Kennard. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Getting around 12 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause. Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
He dishes it to Snell. Out to the right wing. This one for three. Wood can't hit.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Murray finds Pirtle. Now here's Murray. Back to Walker. Out to White.
Watch the pick. I got your help.
Got a hand on it. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Here's Griffin. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
When you think of low post scorers, you got to put Griffin down there. Yes, he likes to face up, but with his back to the basket, he's pretty good as well as drawing fouls.
The Pistons have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Despite all the injuries, Griffin was given the big contract. That kind of thing is a guessing game, but with high stakes.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Tony Snell. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. That shot off the mark. And Detroit the other way now. Griffin down low. White's there. The shot's good from Griffin.
I love the play call, and Blake with the strength, but also the touch to dominate inside.
Pass to Pirtle. Spurs working the ball around now. Here's White. That's tipped. Here's Galloway, guarded by Walker.
Hey, yo, right here.
And the pass to Wood. He kicks to Rose. Clock at 6. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Here's White. Gets the three-pointer to fall. White's got 9.
To stretch out the defense, you just need enough guys on the floor who can make that shot.
The 29th pick in 2017 by the Spurs, their injuries last year created an opportunity for Derek White to show Greg what he can do with steady minutes.
And White at 6'4", capable of manning either guard spot, a shooter, a playmaker, and an all-defensive team in college. He is definitely a keeper.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
The Pistons making a change here. Doom Boy is checked in. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Zeller, he's checked in for Pirtle. Gay comes in for Lonnie Walker. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. DeRozan gets the bucket.
We know he can score the basketball, especially in the mid-range area.
Here's Galloway, covered by Mills. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. From long range or short, the small forwards on this list have been on target for the past 10 games. leading their position in field goal percentage. 5th best, DeMar DeRozan.
And that tells you about their ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively. I mean, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of a percentage.
And I don't think there's a player on that list who can't also light it up from the outside. Every one of those guys is a hot streak just waiting to happen.
So it's the Spurs now. After the basket by Detroit, Mills passes to Gay. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Gay's got 8 points.
Over the years, Rudy Gay has added a lot of bulk to his frame. You see it right there off contact.
Pass to Kennard. Zeller grabs the board.
Woo, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
That one good for 2.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Here's Galloway. He's got 8. Wood kicks to Griffin. Over Gay. Gay with the block.
A pretty good defender. Gay using that 7'3" wingspan well. Get that shot out of here.
Wood with the bucket.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
DeRozan against Griffin. Pulls up on the wing. Here's Zeller. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. And for the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened, there's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. Here's Kennard, following the bucket by the Spurs.
You know, a big change last season for Luke Kennard happened when he stopped worrying about taking bad shots. He was asked to be more proactive on offense and start creating chances for himself instead of waiting for the ball to be swung to him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. Both shots good from the stripe.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
The Spurs have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Gay dishes to Mills. Gay inside. Defended by Griffin, but he gets it back. With the floater. Here's Forbes. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Forbes has got his first points of the night. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Pass to Maker. Brown outside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. McRae's checked in for Detroit.
Back on the floor. Jordan McRae.
San Antonio's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Mills has got 10. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Brown outside. Passes it to Griffin. Shoots over Mills. And Griffin scores. The assist by Brown. And that's 13 points for Blake Griffin.
You talk about a guy that can finish through contact. That's Blake Griffin.
Mills finds Gay. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down. And clearly you can hear what the crowd thinks about that call.
And the Pistons making a change here. Snell's checked in. Now here's Maker, covered by Mills. Maker misses.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Now, here's Bellinelli, following the miss by Griffin. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now, here's Mills. He's covered by Brown. 4 on the clock. Second chance shot. And Zeller with the lay-in. Zeller's got his second bucket of the night.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
He's trying to help his team shut the door. They don't want to allow any comebacks.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Spurs just dominating this one. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
All we got to do is move the basketball. The ball will find the right person. All right? Get it from side to side. Don't force it.
Craig, you can tell he wants his guys to work harder specifically in how they pass the ball.
I mean, it's just basic basketball. When you swing the ball around, the floor is going to open up.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for San Antonio, starting the fourth quarter. Hills at point with Bellinelli. They're the backcourt. Then it's Johnson, and it's Zamanic in at the 4 slot. And that one drops for him.
This is what you get from Maker, a legit 7-footer who brings the energy.
Now here's Bellinelli, guarded closely. Well, a lot of progress being made from a technical standpoint. You can't escape it, Steve. Shoes now that can tighten themselves without laces, changing colors. Have you gotten yourself a pair yet?
Hey, Kevin, I haven't, but I've bought a lot of pair for my kids. I do like these type of shoes where there are no shoelaces. I'm a little lazy right now, Kevin, but I love the technology that are going into shoes right now.
Brown outside. Knight taking his time here. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here is Johnson. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Brown. Connects from three-point range. And that's now 6 points for Johnson.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Outside Knight. Lays it up and banks it in.
This is what the analytics prefer. Shots at the rim or from 3.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Knight. Puts it up from 15. And it's Zamanic missing. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. The fader. And Maker sends it back.
Watching him protect the rim, you never guess Maker's averaging less than 1 block a game for his career.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. You know, Steve, the business part of the NBA, very strong. But Commissioner Silver doesn't want to be complacent either.
No, he doesn't. He's always been forward-thinking. They're doing a good job of being proactive and doing a good job of just throwing out ideas. And what I love the most, Kevin, working with the Players Association.
I'm with you. Doomboy is checked in for the Pistons. Langston Galloway comes in for Brown. Spurs also with the sub. Walker's checked in. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Now, here's Maker. Shot clock at 5. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Rejected by Walker. On the wing, Johnson. Teardrop shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Johnson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Knight passes to Maker. The dish now to Galloway. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Well, Langston Galloway, not the most efficient scorer, but he'll eat minutes for you.
Yeah, Galloway not a player you want taking a ton of shots overall, but he can hit from outside if you give him a look. That's really his best shot.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And players now, Steve, more able to dictate where they want to play. How has free agency changed since you came into the NBA?
I think the signing of shorter contracts, Kevin, guys with player options. And then I think also for a lot of players, they are not taking as much money, leaving money on the table because the endorsement deals off the court is making up for some of their money on the court.
Galloway hits both of them.
After going undrafted, Langston Galloway in 2015, he was named to the all-rookie second team. It's a terrific story.
Johnson, the pass to Medu. Kicks it to Walker. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head, force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Here's Knight. The pass to Galloway. To the inside. And the basket by Maker. Maker's got 4 points in the quarter.
Absorbing contact and finishing through it, Maker's been adding strength to his frame.
Johnson outside. Pass to Bellinelli. NBA gets headlines daily. You know what it does, Smitty? Around the calendar. There's no off-season, but does the added scrutiny put more pressure, you think, on the players?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it. Now you look at it, everybody wants to see what you're doing in the off-season. And 24/7, you look at it right now, everybody has a camera phone, and everybody is looking for the stars, what they're doing off the court.
Galloway dishes to Maker. His three-pointers off the mark. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for San Antonio. Pass to Medu. He kicks to Walker. Uncovered. And Henson pulls it down. Hanson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Dumboya with it. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That's his first foul. McRae's checked in for Thonmaker. And San Antonio also making a switch. Derek White's checked in for Bellinelli. Here's McRae. And again, it's the Pistons missing. San Antonio's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Here's Walker. Offensive rebound. Medu. Off target at the rim. The Pistons have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Galloway kicks to McRae. Back to Galloway. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Length to Galloway, maneuvering himself around the painted area.
Here's Walker. Passes to White. A lot of people think, Steve, there are 3 factors necessary to achieving organizational success. Ownership, and ownership. What do you think?
I guess it's ownership. I think it also comes down to trust. Trust in anything gets you a chance to be successful.
And Steve, you know, it's just about establishing that culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think you got to have an identity, a culture that everybody wants to be a part of.
And that one falls for White. Injuries pressing Derek White into a much bigger role in year 2. But you know what, Smitty? He rose to the occasion.
You know, I love him. He has great size at 6'4" for a point guard. Good instincts. He can shoot. He can create. I love his versatility.
And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
San Antonio's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
At the line for the Spurs, Derek White. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. Well, we know, Steve, the NBA looking at lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18. The one-and-dones would be gone. You like the move?
I do like the move, Kevin. I would just love to have a lot of things in place for these younger guys, whether they're 18, 19, some guys at 25. There's something in place to help these guys, especially some of the things they're having problems with off the court and also financially. Have some kind of third eye to be able to help these guys.
And this is where the G League comes into play, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
San Antonio's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Tries it from 9, and too long on the shot.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Galloway, the pass to Knight, and there it is for him. Knight's got 8 here in the quarter.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Knight against White, to the paint. Here's Samanic, fades away. Outside Knight. To the middle. It's tipped and stolen by White. Here's Johnson. He drains the turnaround jump shot. Johnson's got 10 points in just the second half. Detroit's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Knight, the bounce pass. Here's McRae. And it's White with the rebound.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for San Antonio.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
Good on the bucket.
Taking no chances, they go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Here's McRae. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
It's stolen by Maker. Here's Galloway. There's the pass to McRae. Over White. No good. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
DeMar, big effort tonight. What is the state of mind of this club right now?
Just we focusing in on the defensive end. We know if we get stops, so we can definitely score whenever we want.
And you got it done tonight, DeMar. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.